Gunzi is an intellectual contest between two players. The game is played on a 17 fields board. The board is divided into 3 zones. Both players start with 4 wedges. Those isosceles triangles have a white and a black side. The color on top tells the owner. The power of the wedges influence the adjacent fields as a block, a peak, and the 4 flanks. In each position, the peak and the block are aimed to the center of an adjacent field, and a wedge thus has 6 ways to stand in the field. The final destination of the wedges is one of the 2 most distant fields on the other side of the board. Aim of the game is to collect as many as possible wedges on those promotion fields. On the way to the promotion fields, you can choose from 4 possible moves. You can choose to move a wedge to an adjacent field, the sway, disarm 1 or more hostile wedges, the punch, the multi-punch, or you can conquer a wedge of the opponent, the rollover. None of these moves are mandatory. With every move, the wedge involved must, from its original direction, compulsory twist 1 position to the left or to the right. This specific torsion we call the swerve. The players make a move in turn. The first possible move is called the sway. Your wedge is moved to an empty adjacent field and makes a swerve. Doing a sway, the wedge cannot go back to a previous zone in its direction of play. The second possible move is called the punch. Your wedge jumps over an adjacent rival's wedge in a straight line to an empty field right behind it and combines this with a swerve. The punched wedge changes in a dead obstacle with its peak up and is called the tombstone. The peak can punch a peak or punch a flank. A flank can only punch a flank. A block cannot punch and cannot be punched. The punch can be done in all directions, so also against the direction of play. With the same wedge, you're allowed, if possible, to have more punches in 1 turn. Each time, the wedge jumps over a rival's wedge to disarm it and makes a swerve. Once your wedge, after a punch, comes in the influence of a rival's block, it must stop there. This is the multi-punch restriction. The 4th possible move is called the rollover. The opponent's wedge is reversed in combination with a swerve. The wedge changes color and owner and makes a swerve to the left or to the right. A rollover is only possible when a block is aimed to a rival's flank. The opponent can sway away the attacked wedge or defend it by swaying a block on this wedge. With an equal number of blocks, a rollover is not permitted. To roll over a wedge, the attacker must have 1 block extra and at least have 1 block aimed on a flank. A block can thus only roll over through a flank to conquer a rival's wedge. A peak can punch a rival's peak or a flank. A flank can only punch a rival's flank. The promotion. You cannot go to a promotion field when this field is occupied or defended by a peak or a block belonging to your opponent. Though, if the promotion field is free and unprotected, and you can sway or punch to such a field, or roll over a rival's wedge on such a field, the wedge involved grows into an untouchable pillar. In this promotion, one tombstone must be chosen to be placed on the promoted wedge. When no tombstone is on the playboard, one external wedge is added. After the promotion, the pillar's territory includes the promotion field with all adjacent fields. The way the pillar is positioned in this field is not relevant. When there are, at the beginning of a turn, hostile wedges in the pillar's territory, they must be taken and placed on the pillar. This move is called the pillar blow, and it's the only mandatory move in the game. Every extra wedge placed on the pillar expands his territory with one ring of adjacent fields. You can also level up your pillar by swaying a wedge of your own to your pillar. This move is called the pillar race. If one of the players cannot make a legal move, the game ends and the wedges are counted. The wedges in the pillar count double. The player with most points wins. Gunzi, the most many-sided mind game of the universe. Please visit my website gunzi.nl for more information of this beautiful game. Gunzi,